Good morning, children. This is MD Ramzan Bek. Today I am going to teach 8th class English. That is a grammar part from the second unit of lesson. Second unit of lesson, that is after a lesson, some grammar is given to you. According to that grammar part, which is given to you, some statements, general statements are given to you. That the statements how to change into questions or question forms. That statements, that example given statements are completely with yes or no answer questions we can make. That means you can see the page number 22 grammar part which is given to you. First 3 examples are given to you, and next for your practice purpose 7 statements are given to you. So children, once you be careful to listen, these are very easy to make questions. So what the statements are given here, that all are very simple, and how to change into question form. So let me come to this one example. The boy is a fool. This is the statement. Statements means generally we can understand that it begins with some subject, some verb form, some object. These are called all statements. Here that it is a subject is given, the boy is a fool. So this is a statement. And how to make into question? It is very simple. You see what tense it is given to you in this statement, which tense is given. So easy to understand is given to you. That is the present, simple present tense. So to make a question here, there is no other choice. It is a question we can make with yes or no answer question. So in this statement, if you take the be form is, if you add it before the sentence, that it becomes a question. That means, is the boy a fool? It becomes a question form. This is the statements, but here it became a question. So that it is yes or no answer question. I think you understand that. So to make yes or no answer questions, generally we have to take the be forms of the statements. Do you understand here? Simple. The be forms are, what are the be forms? Am, is, are. Was, were. Do, did. Have, has, had, will, shall, can, could, may, might. These are also some models here. Some be forms are there, some do forms are there, have forms are there, and models are there. All these are called auxiliaries only. So by using these auxiliaries, we can make the questions that especially yes or no answer questions. So let me come here. The second, first of all, the statements are like this in this construction, in this structure. But when we make the question yes or no answer question, the be form comes first in the beginning of the statement. Then it becomes yes or no answer question. I repeat that. Be form comes if you add a be form in the beginning of the statement, that it becomes the yes or no answer question. So according to the tenses only we make the statements into questions. You see here, Oliver was frightened at the sight of many gentlemen. This is a statement given to you. So in which tense it is given to you? Past tense. Is it right? Was be form is given to you. That is why you can understand this is the past tense. Simple past tense. So to make the question, if you take this be form in the beginning of the statement, that it becomes yes or no answer question. Am I right? Then what will come here? Was Oliver frightened at the sight of many gentlemen? That is the question. I repeat that. Was Oliver frightened at the sight of many gentlemen? And second, for practice purpose given to you, I am going to read out. You are an orphan. This is the statement. To make a question, what is the be form given here? Or. That it is a be form, present be form in plural. So the plural be form is taken here. So that plural be form, if you add in the beginning of that statement, that it becomes yes or no answer question. Can you make here? Can you think? Are you an orphan? This is the question. Are you an orphan? That becomes a question. Next, you come to the third one. You say your prayers every night. You say, this is the V1. Present form given to you. The verb one is given to you. So we can understand this statement is in simple present tense. So how to make this a question? How to make this a statement into question? But it is here no be form is given to you. So what to do now? This statement is in present form, simple present, that it is with V1. So we have to take with a do or does according to the subject. So here which is applied here? Do is applied. Do you say your prayers every night? So for the simple present tense, do does is used to make a yes or no answer question. According to the subject, do or does is used here. So for second person, you, do is used here. Do you say your prayers every night? That it becomes yes or no answer question. Next you see that you will pick vacuum tomorrow morning. This is the same statement. So what helping verb given to you? Will. In this sentence, will is given to you. Do you understand? So if you take this will helping verb, if you add this to the beginning of the statement, it becomes yes or no answer question. Will you pick vacuum tomorrow morning? Will you pick vacuum tomorrow morning? So here on helping verb given, using that helping verb, we can make the question here, yes or no answer question. So that it is a future form, the future be form it is given to you, and using that same be form helping verb, we can make that question. Fifth statement you say, Mr. Bumble rushed into the room. You concentrate carefully here. In this statement, rushed is the verb given to you, that it is in V2, it is called past tense, simple past tense. Fifth statement is in simple past tense. So for simple past tense, to make yes or no answer question, I repeat, in simple past tense, to make yes or no answer questions, we have to take the be form did, past be form do form, that it is past do form is did. So using this did, we can make a question that it is yes or no answer question. How to change? Did Mr. Bumble rush? Not rushed, because already did is in past tense. That is why this V2 becomes in V1. You have to change the rushed into rush only, not rushed, when we are making the question with did. So then if you write it clearly, did Mr. Bumble rush into the room? I repeat, did Mr. Bumble rush into the room? This is a simple past tense yes or no answer question. In your textbook, two more given to you, that are sixth one, you can see that they can devour the big ball. They can devour the big ball. So they can is used here. In the sentence, can is used. So you can take that helping verb can in the beginning of the statement. Then it becomes its yes or no answer question. So how can we write this? Can they devour the big ball? Can they devour the big ball? Then it becomes yes or no answer question. And seventh statement is given to you. Boys have generally excellent appetite. You see that? Boys have generally excellent appetite. Sixth one, they can devour the big ball. Boys have. Here this is a present perfect given to you. But to make question here, we have to use a do or does. But that is why to make the question here, do boys have generally excellent appetite? How to write this? Do boys have generally excellent appetite? Because do is used for the plural form. They. That is why do is used. So this is the grammar part, children. So children, that it is the seventh sentence. You can make the question with do, using do. So after this, you can come to the next page, that it is given an editing part. That editing part, I'm going to read it out to see in the next page. That it is page number 24. Are you ready? The next page, you see the editing page given to you. Read the following passage. Every numbered sentence has an error. Identify and edit it. So I'm going to show you what is this editing part. So this editing part, you see, when I'm going to read it out. When Rohit was 9, his family lived for a small town. So what is the mistake here, you think here? His family lived for a small town. Is it correct statement? Is it correct sentence? What is the mistake given to you? His family lived in a small town. That it is the correct. So your correction, what it will be? In the place of for preposition, you have to write in. And next you see that second statement given to you. His father, Raju. What is that name here? Not Raju. That is Rajarao. his father Raja Rao were a clerk in Rao and Rao company. So father name is given there, Raja Rao. So all this is related to the past. That it is why your B form is must be used here in the place of where. What will come here? Was. So he was a clerk. That it is correct. Am I right? So in the second statement, what is the correct here? Was is correct. And the third statement, I am going to read it out. Janaki, Rohit's mother, was an housewife. Is it right? Was an housewife. Can we say, is it correct statement? No, it is not correct. So what is the mistake you find here? It is not an, it is a housewife. So article A is correct here, not an. Am I right? So next, fourth statement, you come to the fourth statement, that is where it is given to you, that is she wanted to has a pet. She wanted to has a pet given to you. That it is wrong, has a pet. She wanted it to have. Have helping verb is correct here. After to preposition, has is not applicable. That is the helping verb, have only applicable that here. Whoever the person it may be that. So after to preposition, have is used, not has. So what is the right editing here? That she wanted to have a pet. Next, fifth statement, you see that she asked Rohit's father several times for a pet. So here also a small mistake given there, that is wrong given to you. Rohit's father several times, not a time, several times for a pet. This is the editing part. So in the first statement, you have to do correction. In the place of for, what comes here? In. In the second statement, where given there, Raja were, not a where. In the place of where, you have to do the correction with was. In the third statement, what it is the correct one? An housewife is wrong. You have to do correction with changing the article A. A is correct. Was a housewife. And the next fourth statement, you see that wanted to has given there, wrong, wanted to have. And the fifth statement, what is several times is wrong, several times is correct one. This is editing part. So next you see that in the writing work for you, it is given to you a diary entry given to you. Read that. I am going to read it out that question. You enter it in the diary form. So Anne Frank was a little girl of 13. She was lonely as Oliver Twist. When the German army invaded her country, she had to hide in a small building with her family. She suffered a lot. She recorded her feelings and thoughts in her diary. So you children, how to write a diary? Here one example is given there, not for you to write, just the diary form, how it is given there, the format of this diary given to you. What is that in the beginning? The day of writing, and the date is given to you. This is compulsory while writing the diary. So that girl, little girl, has written that day, that terrible day she has written here. That it is explained. You once read them, and you also try to write the diary in this format about your feelings if any question is asked in examination. Am I right? Okay. And down it is given to you one question. I am going to see that downwards it is a question is given. After reading this diary, you can also see that after facing the live board, Oliver returned to his bed crying. He sat up to write his diary. Now imagine your Oliver Twist write a diary entry with the above features in mind. So as you have read the above diary, you also write a diary as Oliver facing the board. After facing the board, he returned his home and he felt guilt, and his feelings, his reflections you have to write in the diary. That it is a diary entry. That it will be for the 8th class. You will have 8 marks question that it will be, so that you prepare these things. Is it okay? And for the next class, let me come to the next video.